Welcome to part 2 of our look at every creature on the magical moon of Pandora. Let's get into it. Thanator. Featuring prominently in Avatar, the Thanator is not just the most feared creature on Pandora, it's nature's version of a perfect predator. Known to scientists as a hypercarnivore and to the Na'vi as the Palulukan or dry mouth bringer of fear, this six-legged nightmare rules the rainforest floor. It stands taller than a human, stretches over 5 meters long and weighs several tons. Its sleek black skin blends perfectly into the dense jungle, while rows of bioluminescent markings shimmer in the dark, warning anyone brave or foolish enough to look directly at it. Its mouth is a weapon of pure destruction. Dozens of serrated teeth can rip through flesh and bone in seconds. 10 sensory quills fan out from the back of its head, able to detect heat, sound, and the slightest movement in the air. With 4 piercing eyes and a crushing bite force, the Thanator doesn't hunt. It dominates. Jake was right to run as fast as he could from it. Even the Na'vi clans, who live in complete harmony with nature, fear the Thanator. They tell stories of it as a spirit of death. Neytiri herself warned Jake Sully to stay away, knowing that even the most skilled warriors keep their distance. During the events of Avatar, the Thanator was an omen. It chased Jake through the jungle, turning his first journey into a brutal survival lesson. Yet in the climax of the battle for Pandora, it was a Thanator that Neytiri rode into war, a shocking moment which felt like Eywa herself sent the deadliest predator to fight alongside the Na'vi. Tulkun. Beneath the waves of Pandora swims a creature larger, older, and more intelligent than anything on land or in the sky. The Tulkun, colossal marine beings worshipped as spirit brothers and sisters by the Na'vi, are the heart of the ocean. Measuring over 25 meters long, some Tulkun even grow to 80 meters, dwarfing the largest whales on Earth. Their sleek bodies glide effortlessly through Pandora's vast oceans, decorated with swirling bioluminescent patterns that light up the deep. Beneath their thick and calloused skin is a gentle giant with unmatched intelligence. They have names, they have language, and they have culture. They create songs, share histories, and bond with the Na'vi in a way no other creature does. The Metkaina clan, who live by the reef, hold sacred friendships with individual Tulkun, treating them not as beasts but as equals. We see this in Way of Water when Loak befriends Paya Khan, seeing him as a kindred spirit as they are both outcasts at that point of the story. But the Tulkun's story is not one of peace alone. Long ago, they fought wars amongst themselves before choosing a life of strict pacifism. They refuse to kill, even in defense. It is their greatest strength and their greatest tragedy. Humans hunt them for a golden fluid inside their frontal lobe cavity called amrita, a substance worth millions for its anti-aging properties. During the events of Avatar: The Way of Water, this brutal wailing ignited conflict between the Na'vi and the human invaders once again. The Tulkun represent everything Pandora stands for: beauty, intelligence, and balance, constantly under threat from greed. Teylu. In the shallow coastal waters of Pandora, one creature stands out for its speed, grace, and connection to the Na'vi: the Teylu. To the Metkaina people, the Teylu is a trusted companion and vital partner in daily life. The Teylu is featured heavily in The Way of Water in scenes involving swimming lessons, training, and playful underwater exploration. Measuring around 6 to 8 meters in length, the Teylu resembles a sleek plesiosaur with 2 large wing-like fins that allow it to glide effortlessly through the water. Its skin shimmers in hues of blue and teal, lined with glowing bioluminescent stripes that flash as it darts between reefs. Unlike the ferocious predators of the deep, the Teylu is social, friendly, and highly intelligent. It travels in pods, using clicks and squeaks to communicate. Through the sacred bond of Teylu, the Metkaina connect their cues directly to the Teylu, riding them through the sea. Teylu are used for hunting, fishing, and travel. Young Na'vi learn to ride them at an early age, mastering the currents and waves. Despite their gentle nature, Teylus are no easy catch for predators. They are incredibly fast and agile, able to outmaneuver most threats, including the terrifying Akula. For the Metkaina, the Teylu symbolizes harmony with the sea. It's a creature of freedom, joy, and partnership. This makes it all the more devastating in The Way of Water when Quaritch and his recombinant team, as part of a wider raid, kill one when trying to extract information from the Ta'unui clan as to the Sully family's whereabouts. Viperwolf. When darkness falls over Pandora's jungles, the Viperwolf, known to the Na'vi as Nantang, emerges from the undergrowth. Sleek, fast, and deadly, these 6-legged predators are masters of the night. Viperwolves are about the size of a large dog but built for speed and stealth. Their black hairless skin allows them to blend seamlessly into the shadows, while stripes of faint green bioluminescence ripple along their bodies, pulsing as they move through the brush. Their two pairs of sharp, glowing green eyes grant them exceptional vision in the dark. Viperwolves are pack hunters. They communicate with clicks, snarls, and tail signals, coordinating complex attacks on prey much larger than themselves. They are fearless in numbers, capable of taking down creatures as big as hexapedes, and even confronting much larger threats when provoked. Despite their fearsome nature, the Na'vi respect the Viperwolf for its cunning and teamwork. Omaticaya stories teach young hunters that to understand the Nantong is to understand the forest itself. When a Viperwolf pack goes silent, it's a warning. A greater predator is nearby. In the first Avatar film, Jake Sully is ambushed by a pack of Viperwolves after becoming separated from his group, only surviving thanks to Neytiri, who intervenes by killing two of the predators and driving the rest away with fire. Earlier in the film, Neytiri also uses the sudden silence of the forest, including the quieting of Viperwolves, as a warning sign of a greater threat nearby, demonstrating how the Na'vi interpret animal behavior to sense the presence of more dangerous predators like the Thanator. Hexapede. Among the towering trees and glowing plants of Pandora, few creatures are as graceful and peaceful as the hexapede. Called Yerik by the Na'vi, this six-legged herbivore is a common sight in the forest's clearings and riverbanks. Standing just over 2 meters tall, the hexapede has a lean, deer-like body with smooth blue skin marked by striking yellow stripes. Its most distinct feature is the delicate fan-shaped crest on its head, which it can flare open when alarmed to appear larger and more threatening. Hexapedes live in small herds, grazing on leaves, grass, and fruits. They are cautious by nature, relying on sharp senses and agility to evade predators, primarily Viperwolves and Thanators. When disturbed, their herds scatter quickly, zigzagging through the forest with incredible speed. For the Na'vi, the Yerik holds special importance. It is often the first animal a young hunter must track and take down during their rite of passage, not because it's dangerous, but because it teaches patience, respect, and the responsibility of taking life only when necessary. Neytiri's first hunting lesson to Jake Sully was with the hexapede, showing him how the Na'vi honor every life they take. She taught him the ritual of thanking Awa after taking its life. This is part of his rite of passage and symbolizes learning Na'vi ways. A quick reminder, this is part 2 of our look at Pandoran wildlife. To catch up on part 1, head to our channel, and for more deep dives into the world of Avatar, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Prolemuris. In the upper rainforest canopy of Pandora lives one of the most agile and playful creatures in the ecosystem, the Prolemuris. Known to the Na'vi as Siakshu, this small, primate-like animal fills the forest with life and movement. About the size of a small monkey, the Prolemuris is seen briefly during Jake Sully's first night alone in the forest. Sensing impending danger before he does, the creature stands out with its unique anatomy. 4 arms split from 2 primary upper limbs, giving it incredible flexibility and control while swinging between branches. It has a slender body, bright blue skin with orange stripes, and a long prehensile tail for balance. The Prolemuris lives in family groups, feeding on fruit, leaves, and insects. With keen eyesight and quick reflexes, it darts through the treetops using gliding membranes to leap short distances between the giant jungle trees. Though harmless to the Na'vi, the Siakshu is rarely caught. It moves too quickly, vanishing into the foliage at the first sign of danger. For the Na'vi, the Prolemuris is a symbol of joy and freedom. Children imitate its jumps, and its image appears in song chords as a reminder to live with lightness and curiosity. To outsiders, it might seem like a small, insignificant animal, but on Pandora, the Prolemuris is an essential piece of the forest's living web. Stingbat. As the twin moons rise and the rainforest slips into darkness, a new predator emerges overhead, the Stingbat, called Reedy by the Na'vi. Small, fast, and always hunting, these flying creatures rule the twilight hours. The Stingbat makes only the briefest appearance in the first film, fluttering in the background during Jake's early jungle scenes. They also feature in a deleted scene, where one meets a nasty demise at the hands of one of Quaritch's men. They also appear in the survival guide and the 2009 video game. With a wingspan roughly the size of a house cat and 2 pairs of wings, Stingbats are built for quick darting movements. Their leathery skin is dark with faint bioluminescent streaks along their sides. Most distinctive of all is their long barbed tail tipped with a venomous stinger. Stingbats are pack hunters. At dusk, they swarm out of hidden roosts in the trees, using high-pitched clicks to communicate and echolocate. Stingbats are a nuisance but also a warning. Their appearance signals it's time to stay close to the village and avoid wandering alone. For the predators of Pandora, the Stingbat is an easy snack for the larger Ikran and Thanator. Nalutsa. Deep in the coastal waters of Pandora, beyond the safety of the coral reefs, swims a predator both feared and seldom seen, the Nalutsa. Described by the Metcalina as a lurking terror of the shelf zone, this monstrous predator combines the flexible stealth of an eel with the brutal jaws of a crocodile. Needle-like teeth, a whip-like tail, and pulsing bioluminescent stripes help it strike fast and vanish into the depths. Preying on reef creatures and unwary swimmers, the Nalutsa is whispered about in cautionary tales, symbolizing the lurking dangers of the open sea. While beings like the Tulkun are cherished kin, the Nalutsa remains an untamed force of Awa's balance, a reminder that not all life on Pandora offers friendship. The Nalutsa appears in the Pandora Flight of Passage attraction and is referenced in official materials. Arachnoid. Beneath the gnarled roots and bioluminescent undergrowth of Pandora's rainforests lurks one of its most infamous predators, the Arachnoid, or Kalawea. About the size of a dinner plate, this six-legged scorpion-like creature blends into the jungle shadows, its armored shell glinting under the glow of Awa's living world. With razor-sharp pincers and a curved, venomous tail, the Arachnoid strikes with lightning speed, ambushing prey from beneath fallen logs and rocky crevices. While its venom is feared for the pain it inflicts, the Na'vi revere it in a different way, extracting controlled doses during the sacred Unalteran rites to trigger visions and connect with their ancestors. The Arachnoid is briefly referenced when Grace Augustine warns Jake Sully about a stinger during his first jungle walk. Forest Banshee. In the dense rainforests of Pandora flies the forest banshee, or Ikrene, a smaller, more agile cousin of the mountain ikran. Adapted for life beneath the jungle canopy, it has muted colors for camouflage and narrower wings for maneuvering through thick foliage. The Ikrene hunts birds, rodents, and insects, nesting high in the trees. Unlike their mountain relatives, they are not ridden by the Na'vi, but are respected as wild spirits of the forest. Their piercing calls are seen by the Na'vi as natural warnings of predators or disturbances, serving as part of Awa's balance in the lowland jungles. The forest banshee is briefly mentioned in an activist survival guide and seen in Avatar, the game, but has not appeared in the main films, making it part of Pandora's expanded lore. Slinth. Found along the perilous cliffs of Pandora, the Slinth is a deadly ambush predator, known to the Anurai clan as the Shadow on the Cliffs. With 6 powerful limbs, lean muscle, and dark striped skin blending perfectly with rocky outcrops, the Slinth strikes swiftly from cover. It hunts alone, favoring quick, brutal takedowns of prey along narrow ledges. Feared and respected, it appears in Na'vi folklore as a test of a hunter's vigilance. Featured in Avatar, Rites of Passage, the Slinth reminds all travelers that even in Pandora's heights, predators rule. Teylu. The Teylu lives in the soil of the forests, a small but essential creature in the Na'vi way of life. About the length of a Na'vi forearm, the Teylu is a segmented, worm-like invertebrate with a soft body that glows with faint bioluminescence. It burrows through the earth, breaking down decaying vegetation and contributing to the forest's natural cycle of life and renewal. For the Na'vi, the Teylu is more than just part of the ecosystem, it's a prized delicacy. Highly nutritious, with a sweet, nutty flavor when roasted, the Teylu is a staple protein source. Omaticaya children are taught to forage for Teylu at a young age, learning both practical survival skills and respect for Awa's bounty. Roasting Teylu over open flames is a common practice, especially during communal meals and celebrations, where the juicy insects pop when cooked. The Teylu appears in Avatar during a memorable bonding moment, when Neytiri offers Jake Sully a roasted Teylu, introducing him to Na'vi food and culture. The activist survival guide also details the Teylu's ecological role, highlighting it as a key example of the importance of even the smallest life forms within Awa's balance. If you think we've missed something, let us know in the comments and we'll include it in part 3 alongside all the new creatures. That's it for part 2 of this deep dive into Pandora's creatures. We're set to encounter all sorts of majestic new creatures in Fire and Ash, so if you think we missed something, let us know in the comments. We'll make sure we get to it in part 3. Thanks for joining us on this journey through James Cameron's wonderful world. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, to hit the like button, and to join us as we continue building out the world before Fire and Ash.